We are going to be talking about ad types for Meta Ad Manager. These ads appear on Facebook and Instagram. Bienvenidos, y'all. Welcome. This is lesson 1 of Master Holiday Ads on a Budget. We are covering platforms, formats, and basics. The first thing I want to just talk about are ad types. And this is literally what the ad looks like in the feed on social media when people come across it. So it might just be an image. Now that is quite literally what it sounds like, right? Maybe you have just a still image, perhaps you have text on it, and then below you're going to see some kind of headline, an action button, and some text above. It looks very similar to just an ordinary post that somebody might post, but it also has those ad features like that headline and button. The next one is a video ad. This is really powerful for e-commerce, anybody who really wants to showcase a type of product. And just like the image ad, it has that headline at the bottom and that call to action button, that text on the top. And of course, it looks quite literally just like a post that somebody might do with a video, but of course it's coming from your brand page. Videos can also be really powerful for service providers. It allows you to showcase your knowledge, testimonials, all kinds of things. The next one is a carousel ad. Now, you're probably picking up what I'm putting down, and that's these ad types are very similar to the options that you have just as an ordinary social media user. So a carousel is what it sounds like. You swipe. It could be all images, it could be videos, it could be a mixture of media, meaning images and videos, and people scroll through it. That can be a powerful option for an e-commerce brand that is showing different products in one ad. And again, it's going to have that headline at the bottom and that call to action button, that text above. The next one is a stories ad. Again, lots of these features that you use as an ordinary user are going to be things you can utilize as an advertiser. So a story, it is that vertical type ad, and where does it appear? In user stories. But of course it is coming from your brand, and that call to action is going to be at the bottom. Sometimes it looks like a sticker or some kind of swipe up function, and it's very short. We're talking about 15 seconds. And here we go again, a Reels ad, right? So it's that vertical type ad. It's going to appear in people's feeds. It might appear in stories, all kinds of places, but it is that vertical ad. It can be up to a minute long, and you want it to be actionable, engaging. This can be powerful for e-commerce, powerful for service providers. There's just power because this is a particular media type that people really engage with and use. And if you do it right, it can really help your ad budget go further. But again, because it's an ad, it might have some kind of swipe up function, a button, a headline at the bottom, and a button. It's going to utilize the ad features through Meta Ad Manager. And that's what we're talking about, y'all. Meta Ad Manager. Another ad type are messenger ads. This is a lot like a chatbot. So it's going to appear in people's messenger. It's great for generating leads, answering questions, and driving conversions. So you'll see when you are in Meta Ad Manager, you go to create an ad and you're going to see a few options. And it is going to make you choose the type of ad format that is going to help you meet your goals. And thank goodness this language is pretty straightforward. So the first one is brand awareness. It is what it sounds like, right? It is geared for reaching the most people and getting the most impressions. You can use any of the ad types I mentioned, probably not the messages function, but you can use videos, images, reels, all kinds of things to help drive reach and impressions. That is the awareness ad format. The next one is going to be engagement. So if you don't already know, this is pretty intuitive, right? What is engagement on social media? They're going to like it, they're going to comment, they're going to share it. And that is quite huge, right? Because it actually makes brand awareness go even farther, right? We don't want this just to reach people. We want people to engage. So if you are building out a campaign that you're really wanting to see people comment, so that way you can get in the mix with them and comment back and offer things and build relationship, this is the ad type you're going to want to use. Sorry, not ad type, ad format. And you can use any media you choose with it. So again, that's video or image. You can get creative as you want, but it's the format that is really important because you need to choose the right format to help you accomplish your goals. So if you want likes, you want shares, you want comments, you want to get in the mix and build a relationship with people, this is a really great format for that function. The next one is traffic. This ad format is like a pay-per-click. So that's kind of something that people are very used to if they use Google ads or even, this type of format through Meta Ad Manager, traffic is very important. So let's say you are trying to drive people to a product page. This is what you're going to want to use, the traffic ad. Again, you can use the different ad types. You could use a video, you could use an image, you could use a carousel. But the thing that the ad is optimized for is going to be traffic. It's going to be that click through to your website, wherever you are sending them. So here, what you're going to be measuring is the cost per click. That's what you want. Facebook, I believe, calls it CPC, so cost per click, right? And so this, again, if you want to send people from Facebook to a particular page on your website, to Amazon product page, to a lead generation page, to your YouTube channel, to a YouTube video, wherever it is, this is go from Facebook or Instagram to another URL. This is the ad, traffic. The next ad format is conversion. So this might be for sales. In fact, this is the most common. If you are an e-commerce brand, you're going to want to do whatever it takes to make sure your website is integrated with Meta Ad Manager. You have that Meta Pixel on your site. You have the events set up properly. So that way you can track from somebody looking at your ad on Facebook all the way to the point of sale and checkout on your website. This is conversion. This is huge. Now, there is a lot of front end work to get this ad format set up so that way it tracks properly. But if you're e-commerce, it can absolutely be worth it. Now, if you're like, hey, we are doing this, this mini course because we want to run ads right now, there might be too much work involved in getting the conversion ad set up perfectly. So what I would tell you instead is use the traffic ad, right? Just go from Facebook knowing that you are paying per click to send somebody to, so you're not paying per click. You are optimized to get somebody to click from Facebook to go to your product page. That would be the ad type you'd want to use instead if you don't have the time to make sure that your Facebook is fully integrated with Meta Ad Manager so that way you can track all the way to the point of sale. Instead, what you would do, again, you would do that traffic ad. Because hello, we are here. Holiday ads on a budget. We want to do this thing fast. So that's my alternative for you. Do traffic and send them directly to the product you want them to buy. The next one is lead generation. This can be really powerful. A lot of service providers utilize this. They have a very clear funnel. So somebody drops in their email, they get a free booklet, but they might actually be sent to a landing page that is like, hey, we got this free booklet now. If you buy the full toolkit for $19.99, it's going to transform whatever. That's very similar to the funnel that I've used for this mini course. I am not using the lead generation ad format. I actually use the traffic, but similar function. If you want actually Facebook to collect your emails, maybe you don't have the perfect way to collect all those emails yet, because again, this is holiday ads on a budget. You are trying to do things really quickly. Don't worry. Meta can collect those emails. And instead what you can do is have Meta collect the emails and then have them get whatever free booklet or free thing you want to send them, and then follow up with that sale, whatever it is you want them to purchase. Now, it might take some nurturing, and setting up a funnel is really an entire other course, but I want to give you insight into how that works. Now, I want to give you some quick tips for success before we move on to our next lesson. You want to align the format of your ad with your audience. Where do they spend the most time? What media do they engage with the most? What type of media is, popping right now for people on social media? Right now in 2024 holiday season, a big one is obviously Reels and carousels. So maybe if you're an e-commerce provider, you have one ad that is a series of, carousel posts showing it could highlight one product or multiple products, get the most bang for your buck, right? And actually with a carousel ad, you can have each little carousel slide linked to that individual product, or maybe it's just linking to one shop that showcases a bunch of things. Perhaps it's a reel, so you spend some time creating a really engaging video in that vertical video type that's optimized for a reel, and it showcases a product or a service and really gets things going. So you want to align your media and align the format with what people are engaging with. So in terms of type, are they seeing images, carousels, reels? We just covered what was really popular right now. And then The format, do we want them to, engage? Are we looking for an engagement ad because we really want to get in the mix in the comments? We know that when we have a lot of comments, a lot of shares, a lot of likes, when we get personal in the comments and actually share the product link or whatever, we see really great conversion. Great, do that. If you are like, hey, I don't have time to spend time in the comments of stuff, I need to literally just send people to my product page. I know when they get there, that product page is stellar and they'll buy. Okay, fabulous. Pick the media type that makes sense, image, video, whatever, and then do a traffic ad. Take them from Facebook to wherever you want to send them. Make sure that that ad is optimized for your goals. A big thing here is you want to make sure that however you create your ad, whatever media you use, whatever format you choose, it needs to be mobile friendly, because the truth is that is just where a lot of users spend their time. So we will get to this point in a later lesson, but when we set up our ad, you're going to be able to see what it looks like on desktop, what it looks like in Marketplace, what it looks like on mobile. You want to look at all those formats and make sure that they are geared to help that person convert with whatever you're wanting them to do, whether it's engage, whether it's traffic, whether it's a lead, whether it's conversion, that conversion that's set up all the way to the point of sale. You want to look at all those ad formats and make sure that that mobile version is optimized. Another thing you're really going to want to do is test, right? So let's say you could have the same ad, it has the same headline, the same text above, it's sending them to the same place, but maybe you experiment with an image, maybe you experiment with a carousel, maybe you experiment with a reel or a video, just, that standard type video. You can do some A/B testing and test to see what people are responding to. That'll give you a little bit of information and insight into where to put more dollars and effort towards something. And of course, another big one is you want clear call to actions. You want that clear call to action in the text that appears above your ad. And then we talked about a while ago that no matter whether you do video or image or reel or whatever, you're going to see a headline and a button. You want to make sure you choose the right button. So maybe it's shop now, maybe it's download, maybe it's learn more. Whatever it is, you don't want to skip that step to make sure that button is correct. And I always say, if you have a call to action here, well, put it in the text above, right? Make sure that you have some kind of strong written call to action that speaks to whatever transformation you're going to offer. So you're like, hey, I probably know a lot of this stuff just intuitively already. Well, that's great, because knowing the basics is actually a key to getting ROI for your holiday ads. It is one of those things that seems so simple, but often really goes wrong. Somebody just clicks boost on a post. They don't optimize the audience or what they want to see, conversion for, whether they want engagement or traffic or, that conversion all the way to the point of sale. They don't bother with any of that. And then they're like, oh, I'm just not seeing results. Well, again, okay, all of this seems pretty intuitive. Let's slow down and create that ad correctly. Let's think about our audience. Let's think about the media we want to use and the conversion that we want to see. Again, maybe it is just, reach and impressions, brand awareness. Maybe it is engagement, because we know that really works for our people. Maybe it is traffic, sending people from social to wherever on your website. Or perhaps it is conversion. Maybe you already have all of that process set up and you just need to do the darn thing. Or maybe it's lead generation. You need to just take a moment and plan those steps out.